take this. Yeah. Oh. Good. Very loud. Very loud, I think. You can turn it down. Or is this the normal? You're not used to such high technology at Bodhichitta. We're still in the 7th century. Some Rinpoche, you would say. Actually, we're not. Thanks to Geshe-la's kindness, we have a machine like this also. So thank you all very much for braving the weather, braving the traffic, braving everything that is to be braved nowadays, and coming for what I hope will be something meaningful we can do together. If I'd known there weren't going to be many people, I would have brought the Lama Tsongkhapa Day prayers, but anyway, we have enough prayers here. I might intersperse it with some things from Lama Tsongkhapa's biography. Geshe-la requested advice to also link it up a little bit with Je Rinpoche, obviously, since it's his day today. So I think usually you start with the preliminary prayers here, whatever you do. Yeah, we can start with that. And we'll see how it goes. And I think at the end there's a light offering that will be outside, is it? In the front, yeah. So so we can stop and meditate at certain points, like for a little while. But for now, let's start with preliminary prayers on page 3. Visualizing Buddha Shakyamuni and so forth, His Holiness, and maybe also today Je Rinpoche, Tsongkhapa, Acharya Tsongkhapa. And one's parents, kind parents. And remembering the aim of the practice, which here has been stated in a very interesting way, to manifest the Buddha nature, the ultimate source of happiness, by removing the 2 mental obscurations, the afflictive obscurations as well as the cognitive ones. So this already should give us much hope that whatever is happening in the world, whatever is happening in India, whatever is happening in our minds, we have this Buddha nature, which cannot be destroyed, cannot be tainted. It can be manifested, so that's wonderful. No need for depression or despair. But also, of course, if everybody has the Buddha nature, then it's a cause to respect everybody, to consider everyone as dear. And so this first verse, enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautam, I pay homage. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautam, I pay homage. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautam, I pay homage. Independent origination, there's no ceasing, no arising, no annihilation, no permanence, no coming, no going, no separateness, no sameness. I prostrate to the consummate Buddha, the supreme among all teachers, the one who taught this peace, which is freed of elaborations. I prostrate to the mothers of the hearers, the bodhisattvas and the Buddhas, who through the knowledge of all leads hearers seeking pacification to complete peace, who through the knowledge of paths causes those helping migrators to achieve the aims of the world, and who, through the possession of omniscience, helps subduers expound a variety of teachings. The one who is transformed into the reliable guide, motivated by altruism to benefit sentient beings, the teacher, Sugata, and protector, to you I make prostrations. The one who has illuminated the web of conceptualizations and is endowed with the divine bodies of the vast and the profound, who eternally shines forth the forever noble light rays, to you, the Buddha, I make prostration. Sangye Jodam Zaki Chonam La Jonjo Bade Dani Kyapsuchi Dagi Jinso Gyepe Sonam Ki Dola Penche Sangye Dobajo Sangye Jodam Zaki Chonam La Jonjo Bade Dani Kyapsuchi Dagi Jinso Gyepe Sonam Ki Dola Penche Sangye Dobajo Sangye Jodam Zaki Chonam La Jonjo Bade Dani Kyapsuchi Dagi Jinso Gyepe Sonam Ki Dola Penche Sangye Dobajo. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind of full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. So now, some of you know the Tibet House style of reciting this mantra. I think I can remember, but you have to give good backing. Dharma hetu prabhava hetunte shantatagatto yavadat Teshan chayo nirodha evam vadye mahashramanaye swaha ye dharmaitu prabhava etunte shantatagato yavadat Teshan chaya niroena evam vadye mahashramanaye swaha Om ye dharma hetu prabhava Ekante shantatagato yavadat Teshan chayo niroena evam vadye mahashramanaye swaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation of the causes as well is taught by the great seer. Profound, peaceful, elaboration-free, clear light, non-composite. Such is the nectar-like Dhamma I have discovered. Finding no one to fathom this teaching, in silence I will retire into the woods. Beyond utterance, thought, and expression is the perfection of wisdom, which is unborn, unceased, and has the nature of space. It is the object of apprehension of self-realized wisdom. To you, the mother of the Buddhas, of the 3 times I pay obeisance. Loima saingil loima chudeshi loima gedente Ko ma te aloi ma naim la ya tsoi ji. The Guru is the Buddha, Guru is the Dharma, likewise the Guru is the Sangha. Guru is the source of all. I go for refuge to the Guru. By the sound of the vibrant drum of Dharma, please liberate all beings of miseries. I beseech you to kindly remain and give teachings until the end of the expanse of billions of eons. The Buddha does not wash the negativities of beings, nor does he remove their miseries by his hands. Spiritual realizations are not transferred to them. It is by teaching the truth of suchness that beings are liberated. With folded hands, I beseech the Buddhas of all directions to shine the light of Dharma for all bewildered in misery's gloom. So there's so many wonderful prayers here that Geshe-la has put together. We cannot do them all. We can briefly reflect on the four immeasurables. Then we'll recite the Heart Sutra. And, so just think, how wonderful it would be if all beings had happiness and the causes of happiness, were free of suffering and its causes, and how wonderful if they were endowed with the highest happiness of upper rebirth, liberation, and how wonderful if sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free from feeling close to some and distant from others. And with the Mahayana motivation that I myself will do what I can. I myself will enable beings to have happiness and its causes and so forth. I myself will do what I can. So inspire yourself, maybe inspire ourselves with these four immeasurables, including, if we can, even some people that we don't like very much. Okay, then we can recite the Heart Sutra, page 29. Arya Bhagavati Pragya Paramita Hirde Sutra. I prostrate to the Arya Triple Gem. Thus did I hear at one time. The Buddha was dwelling on mass of Vulture's Mountain in Rajgir, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Buddha was absorbed in concentration on the categories of phenomena called profound illumination. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound illumination of wisdom and beheld his five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara: how should any child of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom train? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara said this to the Venerable Shariputra. Shariputra, any daughter or son of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom, should look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly beholding those five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is empty. So reflect for a while. the way that Geshe-la has taught you. Mm. Emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form. Form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, likewise all phenomena are empty, without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, stainless, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore in emptiness there's no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factor, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no phenomena. There's no I element, so forth, up to and including no mind element, no mental consciousness element, no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on, up to and including no aging and death, no extinction of aging and death. Similarly, there's no suffering, origination, cessation, and path. No exalted wisdom, no attainment, also no non-attainment. Shariputra, therefore, because there's no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in the perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration, and thus without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, they reach the end point of nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the three times also manifestly, completely awaken to unsurpassable, perfect, complete enlightenment in reliance on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequal, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as truth, since it is not false. The mantra, the perfection of wisdom, is declared. Tayalta om gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisattva. Tayalta om gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisattva. Tayata 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 om gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisattva. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva should train in the profound perfection of wisdom like that. Then the Buddha arose from that concentration and commended the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara, saying, well said, son of lineage, it's like that, it's like that. One should practice the profound perfection of wisdom just as you've indicated. Even the Tathagats will rejoice. The Buddha having thus spoken, the Venerable Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara, those surrounding in their entirety, along with the world of gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised that spoken by the Buddha. This completes the Arya Bhagavati Pragya Paramita Hirde Sutra. Do you usually do the next part? Yeah? Toyata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhi Swaha. By the teaching of the three supreme jewels possessing the power of truth, the inner and outer hindrances be transformed. May they be dispelled. May they be non-existent. May they be pacified. May all negative forces opposed to the Dharma be completely pacified. May the host of 80,000 obstacles be pacified. May we be separated from problems and conditions harmful to the Dharma. May all enjoyments be in accord with the Dharma. May auspiciousness and perfect happiness pervade this place now. It's always wonderful to recite these 8 verses, to remember them. Next page. With the determination to achieve the highest aim for the benefit of all sentient beings, which surpasses even the wish-fulfilling gem, may I hold them dear at all times. Whenever I interact with someone, may I view myself as the lowest amongst all. From the very depths of my heart, respectfully hold others as superior. In all my deeds, may I probe into my mind, and as soon as mental and emotional afflictions arise, as they endanger myself and others, may I strongly confront them and avert them. When I see beings of unpleasant character, oppressed by strong negativity and suffering, may I hold them dear, for they are rare to find, as if I have discovered jewel treasure. When others out of jealousy treat me wrongly with abuse, slander, and scorn, may I take upon myself the defeat and offer to others the victory. When someone whom I've helped, or in whom I've placed great hopes, mistreats me in extremely hurtful ways, may I regard him still as my precious teacher. In brief, may I offer benefit and joy to all my mothers, both directly and indirectly. May I quietly take upon myself all hurts and pains of my mothers. May all this remain undefiled by the stains of the 8 mundane concerns. And may I, recognizing all things as illusions, devoid of clinging, be released from bondage. Okay. So we won't do the long 7-limb puja, but we'll just briefly meditate on it a little bit. So first of all, we prostrate. We imagine prostrating to all the Buddhas in the aspect of Lama Tsongkhapa, or to Lama Tsongkhapa, seeing him as a Buddha, and oneness with our Guru, if we have one. So manifesting millions, billions of bodies, prostrating to Buddha's, Lama Tsongkhapa's pervading space. Then we make offerings, both real and imagined. So what's on the altar behind me, and then a face filled with the 2 kinds of waters, flowers, incense, light, perfume, food, music, space filled with these magnificent offerings, clouds of offerings, bringing great bliss, uncontaminated great bliss to the minds of the Buddhas, Lama Tsongkhapa. Then we confess our negativities, committed since beginning this time. So with great regret, we remember the unwholesome actions we've engaged in this life and since beginningless time, and we resolve as much as possible not to repeat in the future, as much as possible refrain from the negative actions, since they cause only suffering. Then next, rejoicing. So important. So first we say we rejoice in the virtues of ordinary and holy beings. So first, remember your own positive actions from this life. Some of the good things you have done or said or taught, benefiting others in some way, or benefiting the Dharma, practicing Dharma. So anything you have done like that, be really happy, lift up your heart, rejoice, thinking how wonderful it is, how wonderful it is. At this point, while we're rejoicing, we can, but first we will also remember the positive actions engaged in by our friends, Dharma brothers, sisters, other people, all of the wonderful actions they do, dharmic actions, and some of them doing a lot more than oneself. So in that case, rather than feeling envious or competitive, we just rejoice. Think how wonderful it is. This person is doing this and that and the other. How wonderful. Really be happy seeing that. Someone is studying more, meditating more. All of that. So think how wonderful. Creating causes for happiness, liberation, even enlightenment. How wonderful it is. Then we can rejoice, and it's a very vast practice. We can fast forward to the Gurus, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, including Lama Tsongkhapa. So what they did is extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary, what they engage in. So for example, this is from Lama Tsongkhapa's Destiny Fulfilled, where he's talking about his own life and his practice. He said, in the beginning, I sought much learning. In the middle, all teachings dawned on me as spiritual exhortation, spiritual advice. In the end, I practiced day and night, and I dedicated all this virtue for the Dharma to flourish. Not content with partial or superficial understanding of the treatises of the invincible Lord of Dharma, Maitreya, and those of the great sages widely renowned in India, as the 6 ornaments and the 2 supreme ones. So not content with partial or superficial understanding, I studied them all in great detail. Then he studied thoroughly all the essential keys to induce the correct view through the subtle dialectical reasoning that distinguishes in the profound, especially the treatises of Nagarjuna, and resolved all my doubts completely. Then he speaks about how he just studied so many treatises, reflected on them, meditated on them. Then he says, having become thus a treasure of instructions, I trained to familiarize myself with the path comprising the common path and the exclusive path with its two stages, that is the Vajrayana path with generation and completion stage. Thinking this over, how well my destiny is fulfilled. And he thanks very much Manjushri, his guiding Buddha. It is said that the Ganga-like prayers of the Bodhisattvas are all contained within the prayers to uphold the holy dharma. Thus, he says, whatever virtue I accumulated was dedicated to the spread of the sage's teachings. So he says, this is how in the end I practiced day and night and dedicated all virtue to the spread of the teachings. So, of course, some of you have been studying in great detail Nagarjuna's teachings and Tsongkhapa's commentaries and so forth. So we can rejoice in that. This extraordinary saint, scholar existed in this world, and his teachings are still available, being practiced and taught by great teachers like His Holiness and so forth. So how wonderful that is, we really can rejoice. It's amazing. We can also rejoice that, just like His Holiness today, Tsongkhapa Je Rinpoche was non-sectarian in the sense that he had 50 plus gurus from all the schools of Tibetan Buddhism existing at that time. Nyingma, Sakya, Kagyu. He had gurus from all those traditions. So how wonderful, So in just 62 years of his life, he accomplished so much. It's really unbelievable. So we rejoice, and please rejoice in your own teachers, your gurus, the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas who cherish only others, don't cherish themselves. They've given up cherishing themselves, their activities for others. It's quite amazing. Tireless. So remembering that, rejoice. Think how wonderful that is. And then the last three limbs are to, of course, beseech the Buddhas to not to pass away into Parinirvana, but to teach, to turn the wheel of the Dharma for us. And to dedicate that virtue, the virtue we have created, to the great enlightenment. Not just to the solitary peace of nirvana, but to the great enlightenment where we can be of great benefit for others. So now I'm thinking, so we have the generating a mind of consummate yoga that we have to engage in. It's one of the main things to do today. That's there's some Sok Puja. It's a Sok day, Tibetan 25th, I think today. So that also. Before we do that, since we are since this is Lama Tsongkhapa Day, we can recite for a little while out loud Je Rinpoche's mantra, which you will find on page 41. Remembering Je Rinpoche's kindness, Tsongkhapa's kindness, in synthesizing so much and writing so many amazing texts, including the great treatise on the stages of the path to enlightenment, Lamrim Chenmo, and then also so many treatises on Tantra, and so many short prayers also, distilling the meaning of the Dharma, three principal aspects of the path, foundation of all good qualities, so many amazing short texts to encourage us in practice. So remembering his kindness, and especially praying that his teachings last for a very long time in this world. It's been 600 years since he passed away, and still the teachings are being upheld. So one hopes that for many, many centuries to come, there are people who can understand and practice, teach and practice what Lama Tsongkhapa has taught. So we can recite the Miksema mantra. There's a way of reciting it out loud, which the way we do at Kopan Monastery in Nepal. I don't know. Does Geshe-la recite this with you sometimes? This mantra? What tune does Geshe-la use? Who has a good voice? अजीर जी आपको याद है कैसे Geshe-la इसको? Who knows? Don't be shy. Video. वो घर पे होगा ना? Anyway, does anyone know? Domala? Good. Very good. And after we can, so how many times will you recite it, sir? Out loud?
3 times.
3 times. Okay, you do 3 times, then we can recite silently. Or shall we do it 21 times? After we know the tune, we can recite 21 times and then silently. Okay? Please, thank you.
Me me je we ji ji ren si de me je be wo bu ja be de jing be so yen so ga ba Lozan dai be Shaman so ande me me ze wo
So we can visualize Lama Tsongkhapa with his two sons, Khedrubje, Gyaltsukje, three streams of light, tubes of light with milk-like nectar in the light beams coming into us, completely purifying all our negativities, all the darkness of ignorance, completely being flushed out. So very blissful light nectar coming from the heart of Rinpoche and his two spiritual sons. Then Jirinpoche melts into light, comes to the crown of our head, melts, becomes oneness with us, feel united with the wisdom mind of Lama Tsongkhapa. Okay. So now we can engage in the generating the mind of consummate yoga, page 42. So visualize your guru in front of Shakyamuni Buddha, smaller in size than the Buddha. They're surrounded by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. You are seated with your two parents on either side and are accompanied by all mother sentient beings. Especially we can feel that we are surrounded by all the people in India right now who are feeling very unhappy. All sorts of, whoever they are, whatever their politics, whatever, all of them are. So many people are disturbed, confused, unhappy, sad, angry, etc., etc. So whoever they are, whoever most needs help, see, all of them need a lot of help to clarify their minds and develop love and compassion. So we visualize them, all the students, all the policemen, everybody, all the politicians. They're all mother sentient beings. All the people from different religions, those without religion. All of them wanting happiness, not wanting suffering, but due to the disturbing emotions, not knowing how to generate peace and happiness. And forever creating causes for suffering. So then now we meditate on three principal points of the path. Renunciation, bodhichitta, and wisdom of emptiness. So renunciation, meditate on the four seals. All composite things are impermanent. Briefly think about that. The appearances of today, this life, all impermanent. Everything changing. One Christian Jesuit father was planning 3 days ago to go to our center, Root Institute School, in the evening to sing carols. By afternoon he was dead. Died of a brain hemorrhage. So we never know what's going to happen later in the day, It's on our way to do some consummate yoga or sing carols, die on the way. We never know. So anyway, gross impermanence, subtle impermanence is there. Every second, split second. And all contaminated things are of the nature of suffering. Or as one Lama has said, all emotions are pain. All emotions are painful. All ordinary emotions. Then everything is in the nature of emptiness and selflessness. So at this point, meditate on emptiness. You are all familiar with many methods that Geshe-la has taught you, so please reflect on one of them briefly. Any method that helps to deconstruct this heavy, solid sense we have of who we are, thinking some kind of inherent me, mine, inherently existing other. Then the fourth seal, transcending sorrow, is peace. So make very strong, reinforce the renunciation. Sheer desire to renounce all sufferings, and particularly the self-grasping ignorance, which is the root of all miseries. Maitreya, apparently in one of his texts, I don't know which one, he says, just as caca, excrement, lacks a sweet fragrance, similarly sentient beings lack happiness, real happiness. So then, bodhichitta. So meditate on bodhichitta. We don't have time to read many verses. you can use one of those methods. You can reflect on the sevenfold course, or you could reflect more on the shortcomings of self-cherishing, benefits of cherishing others. Or you can just develop a lot of compassion, thinking about how people are suffering so much, just here, just around us, different parts of Delhi. That's creating so much suffering in the mind. So all these kind mother sentient beings who have helped me again and again, and they are just torturing themselves and others due to the disturbing emotions. So then, like in the teachings, it says I think one example of the mother who is handicapped and her only child is drowning in the river, and how she feels. She can't help. She can't save the drowning child because of her handicap. So she so wants to be able to help, but she can't. So there are many examples in the teachings. Either Atisha or Don Tompa said to one person who had injured legs, his legs were injured, but he said, okay, but if you saw your kind mother, if your old mother was can't see properly, and she's walking towards a cliff, about to fall off the cliff, you would definitely run, and try to save your mother, even though you have some injury. So anyway, so you can remember 3 kinds of bodhicitta, also the boatman-like, the king-like, boatman-like, and shepherd-like. So we can lead sentient beings courageously like a king. We can take them with us in the boat together. We cross the ocean of samsara. Or like a kind shepherd, make sure everybody is safe, all the animals are safe, come back, takes care. Only when they're all back and safe, then the shepherd goes to rest. So the kind, helpless mother sentient beings are like that, like those animals, like the sheep. So we have to Be like a shepherd and help them. Make sure they're safe. Okay. Have to. At the end, abide in the experience of unconditional love and the commitment to become a Buddha for the benefit of all other sentient beings. So that's the only way to help others properly, becoming a Buddha. Then to unveil one's Buddha nature, one needs to meditate on the wisdom of emptiness. So we can recite these stanzas. Therefore, sentient beings resemble dreams. Upon analysis, they are like plantain trees. Whether they are released or not from sorrow, ultimately there's no difference. What is there to gain? What is there to lose when things that are empty of true existence in this way? Who is there to pay respect? Who is there to abuse? From what are pleasure and pain derive? What is there to be happy or unhappy about? When one searches for the ultimate nature, who is there to crave? What is there to crave for? Upon analysis, this world of living being is found to have no existence. Therefore, who can die here? What is there to come? What has been? Who are friends? Who are relatives? Oh, you who are investigating reality, please recognize, as I've done, all is just like space. Those who wish to be happy are greatly disturbed by causes for conflict and overjoyed by the causes for pleasure. Not finding happiness, they suffer, and in order to find it, they exert themselves, they argue with others, cut and stab one another. With many wrong deeds, they live in a state of great hardship. Even though they repeatedly come to happy existences and experience much pleasure there, upon dying they fall for a long time into the unbearable sufferings of lower realms. Within conditioned existence, the chasms of suffering are many, and the liberating comprehension of ultimate truth is absent. Furthermore, the apprehension of true existence and the understanding of emptiness mutually contradict one another. Yet if, while in conditioned existence, I do not realize this ultimate truth, I shall continue to experience limitless ocean of misery, unbearable beyond analogy. Likewise, through not having realized emptiness, I have little strength for virtue, and my human life of leisure and endowment is indeed very short. Also, I strive hard to live long and avoid illness. I am concerned with hunger, rest, and sleep. I am injured by others, and keep meaningless company with the childish. Therefore, this life swiftly passes with no meaning, and it's very hard to find the chance to investigate reality. In this state, where is there the means to reverse this beginningless habit of grasping at true existence? Furthermore, devils are exerting themselves to cast us into our unfortunate realms. There are many mistaken paths, and it's hard to resolve doubts about the perfect view. It will be hard to find the leisure of a human life again, and extremely difficult to find the presence of the Buddhas. It's hard to forsake this flood of afflictions. Alas, sentient beings will continue to suffer. Though indeed it's worth feeling sorrow for those adrift in the river of pain, who, although they experience great misery, are unaware of the sufferings they go through. For example, some ascetics wash themselves again and again. Others repeatedly enter fire. But although they thereby suffer greatly, they pretend themselves as being happy. Similarly, those who mistake their suffering for joy and live as though there were no aging or death are first of all killed by the Lord of Death, and then experience the unbearable misery of falling into lower realms. When shall I be able to extinguish the pains of those tormented by the fires of suffering with the rain of my accumulated happiness that has sprung from the cloud of my merits? And by having, in the manner of not objectifying true existence, intensely will I gather the accumulation of merit. When will I be able to reveal emptiness to those who are wretched by view of true existence? So now, please reinforce the bodhichitta that we've generated and visualize this bodhichitta transforming into a spotless white moon disk. And that rests horizontally at the heart. Spotless white moon disk. Then reinforce the wisdom of emptiness that transforms into a spotless white Vajra that is sitting vertically on the moon disk that you have visualized at your heart. Now multiply the Vajra and the moon that we have generated at the heart an infinite number of times and share them with all mother sentient beings. Visualize all sentient beings joining you in all the steps of this practice. This set of the two bodhicittas, conventional, the moon, and the ultimate, the Vajra, also rests in the hearts of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So now we'll make 3 prostrations to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and then kneeling on our right knee with hands folded in supplication, we will recite the following 3 verses. So we're kneeling on our right knees with hands folded in supplication. Recite these verses. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddhahood in my heart. Buddhas, Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please pay heed to me, just as the previous Buddhas have generated the mind of bodhichitta, and as they successively dwelt in the bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the mind of bodhichitta. Likewise shall I too successively follow the bodhisattva practices. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddhahood in my heart. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please pay heed to me. Just as the previous Buddhas have generated the mind of bodhicitta, just as they successively dwelt in the bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I will generate the mind of bodhicitta. Likewise shall I too successively follow the bodhisattva practices. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice in the virtues of all living beings. I hold the precious Buddhahood in my heart. Gurus, Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas, please pay heed to me. Just as the previous Buddhas generated the mind of bodhicitta, just as they successively dwelt in the bodhisattva practices, likewise for the benefit of all sentient beings, I'll generate the mind of bodhicitta. Likewise shall I too successively follow the bodhisattva practices. So now imagine this gesture of taking the aspirational bodhisattva vow pleases the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas that we visualize before us, thereby invoking all their omniscient minds and wisdom to manifest an infinite number of replicas of the sets of the moon and Vajra at their hearts. These replicas of the moon and Vajra descend and merge with the moon and Vajra that you have visualized at your heart and at the hearts of all sentient beings. This stabilizes the two bodhicittas within you, within all sentient beings. Make 3 prostrations now to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and we'll take our seats. And then we'll make the commitment that oneself and all other sentient beings will never relinquish the two bodhicittas throughout this lifetime and future lifetimes. So this verse 3 times throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by the compassionate Buddha and be able to uphold the two precious bodhicittas even at the cost of my life. Throughout my future lifetimes, may I always be guided by the compassionate Buddha, be able to uphold the two precious bodhicittas even at the cost of my life. Throughout my future lifetime, may I always be guided by the compassionate Buddha and be able to uphold the two precious bodhicittas even at the cost of my life. So to reinforce our aspiration and commitment to rejoice in having generated bodhicitta, sitting on your cushion, recite the following verses. In order to further increase it from now on, those with the discernment who have lucidly seized an awakening mind in this way should highly praise it in the following manner. Today, my life has borne fruit. Having well obtained this human existence, I have been born in the family of the Buddha, and now I'm one of Buddha's children. Thus, whatever actions I do from now on must be in accord with the family. Never shall I disgrace or pollute this noble and unsullied race. Just like a blind man discovering a jewel in a heap of rubbish, likewise, by some coincidence, an awakening mind has been born within me. It's the supreme ambrosia that overcomes the sovereignty of death. It's the inexhaustible treasure that eliminates all poverty in the world. It's the supreme medicine that quells the world's disease. It's the tree that shelters all beings wandering and tired on the paths of conditioned existence. It's the universal bridge that leads to freedom from unhappy states of birth. It's the dawning moon of the mind that dispels the torment of disturbing conceptions. It's the great sun that finally removes the misty ignorance of the world. It's the quintessential butter from the churning of the milk of Dharma. For all those guests traveling on the path of conditioned existence who wish to experience the bounties of happiness, this will satisfy them with joy and actually place them in supreme bliss. Today, in the presence of all the protectors, I invite the worlds to be guests at a festival of temporary and ultimate delight. May gods, demigods, and all be joyful. Before we do any dedication prayers, there is the we'll do a short Sok Puja. Yeah, Guru Puja. Have you done Guru Puja before with Geshe-la? Yeah. It's a long puja, but do you usually do the whole thing? Or do you just do the Sok section? Just a sec. So, okay. So that's on page 231. But there are some things we can reflect on before we do that. Of course, traditionally, well, yeah, some people are very strict. They don't have people who are not got initiation in these, but yeah, in Tibet, I think everyone enjoyed Guru Puja. You don't have to have initiation. I think it's fine. Anyway, this verse on top of page 231, that's very profound. Yeah, it's recited slowly 3 times usually in the Tibetan versions. Very powerful verse. You are the Guru, you are the Yidam, you are the Dakinis and protectors. From now until enlightenment, I shall seek no refuge other than you. In this life, the Bhardo, and all future lives, hold me with your hook of compassion. Save me from the fears of samsara and nirvana. Grant all siddhis. Be my constant friend. Guard me from interferences. So we can imagine we are requesting of Lama Tsongkhapa, yeah? Guru. The Guru, our Guru, in the aspect of Lama Tsongkhapa. Twice more. You are the Guru, you are the Yidam, you are the Dakinis and protectors. From now until enlightenment, I shall seek no refuge other than you. In this life, the Bardo, all future lives, hold me with your hook of compassion. Save me from the fears of samsara and nirvana. Grant all siddhis. Be my constant friend. Guard me from interferences. You are the Guru, you are the Yidam, you are the Dakinis and protectors. From now until enlightenment, I shall seek no refuge other than you. In this life, the Bardo, and all future lives, hold me with your hook of compassion. Save me from the fears of samsara and nirvana. Grant all siddhis. Be my constant friend. Guard me from interferences. By the virtue of having thus requested 3 times, from the seats of my Guru's body, speech and mind, white, red, and dark blue nectars and rays stream forth one by one, and then all together into my own 3 places. One by one, and then all together, they absorb, purging the 4 obscurations, and I receive the 4 pure empowerments and seize the 4 bodies. A duplicate of the Guru happily dissolves into me and grants inspiration. So yeah, so now it's like as Lama Yeshe, my teacher, first teacher, used to say, it's like a great big party. So everything you visualize is pure place, which already is a very pure place, this Tibet House. So visualize it as totally perfect, pure. Everyone around us are pure beings. Pure clouds of outer inner secret offerings, objects that bind us closer, fields of vision, pervade the reaches of space, earth and sky, spreading out beyond the range of thought. In essence, their pristine awareness. In aspect, the inner offerings, various objects of offerings. Their function is to generate the extraordinary pristine awareness of emptiness and bliss, objects to be enjoyed by the 6 senses. And the grand play of pristine awareness, all places of Vajra fields and all structures, majestic Vajra palaces, oceans of clouds, Samantabhadra offerings below fall. All objects are imbued with the glories of all wishes, all beings are actual viras and virinis. There is not even the word impurity or flaw. All is but infinitely pure. From a state of dharmakaya in which all mental fabrications are stilled on top of a turbulent wind and blazing fire, On the crown of a tripod of 3 human heads, within a proper human skull cup, the ingredients brilliantly appear one by one. Placed above them are Hong, each sparkling with brilliant color. The wind becomes turbulent, fire flares, the ingredients melt from their boiling, tumble forth copious vapors. From the 3 letters, profusions of light rays radiate out in the 10 direction, drawing back the 3 vajras with nectar. They dissolve individually into 3 letters. These melt with the nectar and blend with the ingredients, purifying, transforming, and increasing them. Maho, becoming an ocean glittering with the splendors of all that could be wished for. It's so beautiful in Tibetan, this tunes, but anyway, in English. O host of root and lineage gurus, yidams, hosts of deities, 3 jewels of refuge, viras, dakinis, dharmapalas, guardians of the teaching, I request you who are in the nature of compassion to appear and come to this offering site. Place your radiant feet firmly upon this elegant throne formed of jewels. Amidst an ocean of clouds of outer inner secret offering, grant us who are striving in the supreme realization the powerful attainments that we all wish for. This ocean-like sog offering of uncontaminated nectar blessed by Samadhi, Mantra and Mudra, we offer in order to please you, hosts of root and lineage gurus, and contented by your sport with all the splendors that could be wished for. Hey Maho, please let fall a great rain of blessing, blessed by concentration, mantra and mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. I offer your delight, assemblies of root and lineage gurus, satisfied by enjoying an abundance of all you wish. Please, I beg, let fall a great rain of blessing, blessed by concentration, mantra and mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. I offer for your delight, assemblies of yidams, deities, and attendants, satisfied by enjoying an abundance of all you wish for. Please, I beg, let fall a great rain of powerful accomplishment, blessed by concentration, mantra and mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. I offer for your delight, assemblies of the most precious jewels, satisfied by and enjoying an abundance of all you wish. Please, I beg, let fall a great rain of the holy Dharma, blessed by concentration, mantra and mudra, this ocean-like sog offering spotless nectar. Offer for your delight, assemblies of darkinis, dharma protectors, satisfied by enjoying an abundance of all you wish. Please, I beg, let fall a great rain of virtuous deeds, blessed by concentration, mantra and mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. Offer for your delight, assemblies of mother sentient beings, satisfied by enjoying an abundance of all you wish. Please let delusive appearances and suffering be allayed. Twice more from 64. From 64, okay. Blessed by concentration, mantra, mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. I offer for your delight, assemblies of root and lineage gurus, satisfied by enjoying abundance of all you wish. Please, I beg, let fall a grain of great blessing. Blessed by concentration, mantra, mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. I offer for your delight, assemblies of yidams, deities, and attendants, satisfied by and enjoying an abundance of all you wish. Please, I beg, let fall a great rain of powerful accomplishments, blessed by concentration, mantra, and mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. I offer for your delight, assemblies of the most precious jewel, satisfied by and enjoying the abundance of all you wish. Please, I beg, let fall a great rain of the holy Dharma, blessed by concentration, mantra, and mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. I offer for your delight, assemblies of darkinis and dharma protectors, satisfied by and enjoying abundance of all you wish. And let fall a great rain of virtuous deeds, blessed by concentration, mantra, and mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. I offer for your delight, assemblies of mother sentient beings, satisfied by enjoying abundance of all you wish. Please let delusive appearances and suffering be allayed. Oh, blessed by concentration, mantra, and mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. Offer for your delight, assemblies of root and lineage gurus, satisfied by enjoying an abundance of all you wish. Please, I beg, let fall a great rain of blessing, blessed by concentration, mantra, and mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. I offer for your delight, assemblies of yidams, deities, and attendants, satisfied by enjoying an abundance of all you wish. Please, I beg, let fall a great rain of powerful attainment, blessed by concentration, mantra, and mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. Offer for your delight, assemblies of the most precious jewel, satisfied by enjoying an abundance of all you wish. Please, I beg, let fall a great rain of the holy Dharma, blessed by concentration, mantra, mudra, this ocean-like sog offering of spotless nectar. To your delight, assemblies of Darkinism, Dharma protected, satisfied by enjoying an abundance of all you wish, please, I beg, let fall a great rain of virtuous deed, blessed by concentration, mantra and mudra, this ocean-like sock offering a spotless nectar, offer for your delight, assemblies of mother sentient beings, satisfied by enjoying an abundance of all you wish, please let delusive appearances and suffering be allayed. Does anybody have the Tibetan, but the phonetics of the Tibetan for the next verses? The Tibetan, but the English phonetics? It's Naina. Anyway, those who know the tune, you can remember in the background the beautiful tune of these verses. So we're offering to His Holiness Dalai Lama, Lama Tsongkhapa, oneness with Lama Tsongkhapa, and our gurus. Look, Venerable, a great circle of Sok. You are followed in the track of the Sugatas of the 3 times, and are the source of all powerful attainments. Since we realize this, O great hero, who has forsaken the conceptualizing mind, please enjoy continually this circle of Sok. Halala ho. With nature inseparable from the 3 Vajras. I visualize myself as a Guru Yidam, this nectar of immaculate wisdom knowledge, without stirring from bodhichitta, I drink to satisfy the deities dwelling in my body. What great bliss! So while the song of the Spring Queen is being recited, that's when you offer the song. Yeah, you can hand out the song. And then we'll offer the remaining song to the all Tathagata Buddhas, Veda heroes, yoginis, darkas and darkinis, to all of you I make this request. O Hiroko, delights in supreme bliss, and who attends the mother experiencing bliss, please by enjoying yourself in accordance with the rites, join with simultaneous bliss and emptiness. May the host sustain his darkinis, look with loving compassion and accomplish all deeds. Om, we make our request to you that Tathagats are thus gone, as well as to the Vedas, yoginis, darkinis, yoginis, enjoined with enchanting soothing movements of protectors so exceedingly to please, and the multitudes of darkinis come before us and bless us. Bestow upon us innate great bliss. Allah, la, 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 ho, ai, ara, li, o. You, the multitude of immaculate darkinis, look upon us with love. Bestow all the powerful attainments. Whom we make our request to you, the Tathagats who are thus gone, as well as the Vedas, the yoginis, darkinis. The great bliss that is possessed of liberating qualities, the great bliss without which freedom cannot be gained in one life. Though one endures many as that is in the great bliss abides in the center of the Supreme Lord. You are the multitude of immaculate darkinis, look upon us with love. Bestow all the powerful attainment. Whom we make our request to you, the Tathagats who are thus gone, as well as the Vedas, yoginis, darkinis, just as the lotus born out of the mud, great bliss through born out of desire is unsullied by its fault. O supreme yoginis, by the bliss of your lotus, may the bonds of samsara be quickly untied. You, the multitudes of immaculate darkinis, look upon us with love. Bestow all the powerful attainment. We make our request to you, Tathagats who are thus gone, as well as the Vedas, yoginis, darkinis, like a swarm of bees drawing forth the nectar of love. May we likewise be satiated by the captivating nectar of the mature lotus possessing 6 qualities. You, the multitudes of immaculate darkinis, look upon us with love. Bestow all the powerful attainment. Okay, so now we can taste some salt, and then you have to collect a little bit from everyone, which we then offer. Yeah, so kholna padega.
Shall I give them a nectar and they...
Yeah, those who know what it's about. Yeah.
Could you explain a little bit and I'll give
Yeah,
nectar?
take. Oh yeah. So, of course, Lama Tsongkhapa, great master of Tantra and so forth, and in his biography, in his poem, he tells about all the teachings he studied very deeply. And he said the essential points of many tantras, Chakra Sambhara, Hevajra, Kal Chakra, all of them dawned upon me as spiritual instructions. Okay, you have some incense? You have to get some incense. Then where do you take it? Do you take it on the roof or somewhere? Not yet, after the verses, yeah. So you have to stand with your facing the exit, yeah. And then जब बताएंगे तो चले जाना, फिर वापस आ जाना. It can just be a small piece, you know. So it says take the preta soak outside, but I've also been told it's actually not just for pretas; it's for the protectors also, you know, for the beings, the spirits on the white side and the protectors, whatever. It's for whatever beings need, yeah. So now top of page 237. Impure, deceptive appearances become purified in the sphere of voidness. This magnificent nectar created out of pristine awareness. Becomes a vast ocean of all desired things. Om, 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 Om. Oh, this ocean of remaining soak of uncontaminated nectar, blessed by Samadhi, Mantra and Mudra, we offer to please you, hosts of oath-bound realm protectors. Om, Om, contented by your sport with all the splendors that could be wished for. Please accomplish the virtuous conduct of the yogic path as you have pledged. Okay, you can go now. Yeah, by offering this ocean of remaining soak to the guests who are left together with their entourage, may the precious teachings proliferate. May the upholders of the teachings, the offering patrons, together with their entourage, especially we yogis, all gain freedom from sickness, a long life, fame, good fortune, abundant wealth as wished for. Bestow on us the powerful attainments of actions such as pacification, increase, and so forth. Oath-bound protectors, help us obtain all powerful attainment. Make us meet no untimely death, sickness, demons, or interfering spirits. See that we have no bad dreams, ill omens, or calamities. May we have worldly happiness, good crops and harvest. May the Dharma flourish, all goodness and joy come about. and may all the wishes in our minds be fulfilled. By the force of this bountiful giving, may I become a self-evolved Buddha for the sake of all sentient beings. By this gesture of generosity, may I liberate the multitudes of beings who are not liberated by the Buddhas of the past. Now we should now recite the entire stage of the path, since it's a Tsongkhapa day, and he made such efforts to write and disseminate the Lamrim stages of the path teachings. So we'll recite this quite quickly. O holy and venerable Guru, supreme field of merit, inspire me to make offerings, devoted requests to you, O protectors and root of all well-being, that I may come under your joyous care. Inspire me to realize how this opportune and fortunate rebirth is rare, found but once, quickly lost. Thereby, undistracted by the meaningless works of this life, seize its meaningful lesson. Afraid as I am of the searing blaze of suffering in the lower realm, inspire me to take heartfelt refuge in the three precious gems, to fervently strive at avoiding non-virtue, accomplishing all collections of virtue. Violently tossed as I am by waves of delusion and karma, plagued by hordes of sea monsters, three suffering, inspire me to develop an intense longing to be free, this dreadful, boundless, great ocean of existence. I have abandoned the view that sees this unbearable prison of cyclic existence as a pleasure grove. Inspire me to train in the three trainings, restore the Arya's treasures, and thereby uphold the banner of liberation. I have considered how all these tormented beings are my mothers who have kindly cared for me again and again. Inspire me to develop unfeigned compassion like that of a loving mother for her precious child, as no one desires even the slightest suffering, nor ever has enough happiness. There is no difference between myself and others. Thereby, inspire me to rejoice when others are happy. This chronic disease of cherishing myself is the cause of unwanted suffering. Perceiving this, may I be inspired to blame, begrudge, and destroy this monstrous demon of self-cherishing. Cherishing my mothers and seeking to secure them in bliss is the gateway to infinite virtue. Seeing this, may I be inspired to hold them dearer than my life, even should they arise as my enemies. In brief, infantile beings labor for their own gain alone, while the Buddhas work solely for others. Understanding the distinction between their respective faults and virtue, may I be inspired to be able to exchange myself for others, cherishing myself as the doorway to all downfall, cherishing my mother as the foundation of everything good. Inspire me to make the core of my practice the yoga of exchanging myself for others. Ever all venerable compassionate Guru, bless me so that all karmic obscurations and suffering, Mother my greatest, may ripen upon me right now, that I may give others my happiness and virtuous deeds, in order that all beings may happiness. Twice more this verse. In the Tibetan, we do it 3 times. Therefore, O venerable compassionate Guru, bless me so that all karmic obscurations and sufferings of Mother my greatest may ripen upon me right now, that I may give others my happiness and virtuous deeds, in order that all sentient beings have happiness. Therefore, O venerable compassionate Gurus, bless me so that all karmic obscurations and suffering of Mother my greatest may ripen upon me right now, and that I may give others my happiness and virtuous deeds, in order that all sentient beings have happiness. Though the world and the beings therein are full of the fruits of evil and undesired suffering shower upon me like rain, inspire me to see them as a means to exhaust the results of negative karma, to take these miserable conditions of the path. In short, no matter what appearances may arise, be they good or bad, inspire me to take them into a path enhancing the true bodhichitta. Through the practice, the 5 forces, the essence of the entire dharma, and thus enjoy only a mind of happiness. Inspire me to immediately conjoin with meditation whatever I encounter by the skillful means of having the 4 applications, and to make this opportune rebirth worthwhile by practicing the advice and commitments of mind training, so that I may rescue all beings from the vast ocean of becoming. Inspire me to master true bodhichitta through love, compassion, superior intention, conjoined with the technique of mountain taking and giving upon the breath. Inspire me to eagerly strive in the practice of 3 morality, the Mahayana, to bind my mind stream with the pure bodhisattva vow, the single path journeyed by victorious ones of the 3 times. Inspire me to transform my body, wealth, and virtue 3 times into the objects desired by each sentient being. The advice of the enhancing detached giving, complete the perfection of generosity. Inspire me to complete the perfection of moral conduct, working for sentient beings, accumulating virtuous quality, not transgressing the bounds of pratimoksha, bodhicitta, tantric vows, even the cost of my life. Should all 9 types of beings of the 3 realms become angry at me, abuse, upbraid, threaten, or even kill me, inspire me to complete the perfection of patience and undisturbed work for their benefit in response to their harm. Even if I must remain in the fires of Vichi for an ocean of eons for the sake of each sentient being, inspire me to complete the perfection of joyous effort and through compassion to strive for supreme enlightenment by avoiding the force of dullness, agitation, distraction, with one-pointed concentration set on the mode of existence of all phenomena, emptiness of true existence. Inspire me to complete the perfection of concentration. Through the wisdom discriminating suchness, conjoined with the induced tranquility and great bliss, inspire me to complete the perfection of wisdom. Through the space-like yoga absorbed on the ultimate truth, inspire me to perfect the illusion-like concentration by realizing how all outer inner phenomena like true existence yet still appear, like illusions, dreams, or the moon's reflection in a still lake. Samsara and Nirvana have not an atom of true existence, while dependent arising by cause and effect is non-deceptive. Inspire me to realize the import of Nagarjuna's thought that these two are not contradictory but complementary. Then through the kindness of my helmsman, Vajradhara, inspire me to cross the labyrinthine ocean of Tantra by holding my vows and pledges, the roots of Siddhi, dearer than my life. Inspire me to cleanse all stains of attachment to ordinary appearance through the first stage yoga of transforming birth, death, and bharta into the conqueror's three body, to see all that appears of the deity. Setting your feet or protector upon the 8 petals of my heart within the central channel, inspire me to actualize the path uniting clear light, illusory body in this very lifetime. And I not have completed the point of the path, the time of death. Inspire me that I may reach a pure land by either the instructions on applying the 5 forces or by the forceful means to enlightenment, the Guru's transference. In short, O Protector, inspire me that I may be cared for by you inseparably in all my future life, become your chief disciple, holding every secret of your body, speech, and mind. O Protector, please grant me the good fortune to be the very foremost of your retinue wherever you manifest Buddhahood, that all my temporal ultimate wishes and needs be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. Having thus been entreated, please grant this request, O Supreme Guru, so that you might bless me happily alight on the crown of my head. Once again, set your radiant feet firmly on the corolla of my heart lotus. I dedicate the merit thus gathered toward the realization of the aims and deeds of Buddhas and their children the 3 times, and to the upholding of the doctrine of scripture and insight. May I in all my life, through the force of this merit, never separate from the 4 wheels of the great vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path. Session bodhichitta, perfect view in the 2 stages. Through the excellence of whatever white virtue there are in samsara and nirvana, may all be auspicious for us to be free here and now from all misfortune and hardship, and thus enjoy a glorious, perfect, celestial treasure, temporal, ultimate virtue and goodness. May all be auspicious for the Buddha's teachings to long endure. Through your centers of Dharma, omniscient, Losang Drakpa, that's Lama Tsongkhapa, being filled with hosts of monks and yogis, striving single-pointedly to master the 3 pure training, having requested your blessings, Losang Drakpa, who from the time of your youth made request to the Supreme Guru Yidam, may all be auspicious for you, Losang Vajradhara, spontaneously to grant the wishes of others. May all be auspicious for all our desired endowments to swell like a lake in the summer rain, bringing an unbroken flow of rebirths of leisure and faultless family, so that we may pass our days and night with your holy Dharma, O Losang, and thus delight in the glories of perfection, by the collection of whatever virtuous deeds others and I have done, and shall do from now until enlightenment. May all be auspicious, O Holy Venerable One, for your body of form to remain in this land, immutable like a Vajra. And the dedication prayers on page 49. I dedicate the merit thus gathered toward the realization of the deeds and the prayers of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 3 times, and to the upholding of the doctrine of scripture and insight. May I in all lives, through the force of this merit, never separate from the 4 wheels of the Mahayana vehicle, accomplish all stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect view, and the 2 stages of Tantra. From my 2 collections, vast as space that I've amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind's wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. And then dedication prayers, 251. Yeah, we should do this prayer for His Holiness, who is the greatest upholder of the tradition of Lama Tsongkhapa. That His Holiness have a very long life. As His Holiness has said he will have, that they have very, very long life. And continue to guide us. Page 251. Om Swasti to the assembly of most kind teachers, both present and past, the miraculous dance of the body, speech, and mind of innumerable Buddhas, manifesting in accord with aspirant spiritual capacity, the wish-granting jewel, source of all virtue and goodness. To you we offer our prayers with fervent devotion. That Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessings, so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. To the assembly of all meditational deity, manifesting as countless mandalas and divinity, the magical clouds of immaculate transcendent wisdom, reaching to the farthest expanse of the space of ultimate reality. To you we offer prayers with fervent devotion. The Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessings, so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. To all the victorious Buddhas of the 3 times, endowed with 10 powers, who even masters the God, whose attributes of perfection are the source of all compassionate deed, benefiting the vast ocean-like realm of sentient being. To you we offer prayers with fervent devotion. The Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessing, so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. The assembly of sacred doctrine, 3 vehicles, supremely serene, a jewel, treasure of enlightenment, stainless, unchanging, eternally good, glory of all virtues, which actually liberates beings from the suffering in the 3 worlds. To you we offer prayers with fervent devotion. The Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessings, so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. To all members of the enlightening, noble spiritual community, who never stray from the thoroughly liberating adamantine city, who possess the wisdom eye that directly sees the profound truth, and the highest valor to destroy all machinations of cyclic existence. To you we offer prayers with fervent devotion. The Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessings, that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. To the assembly of his heroes and darkened heavenly beings of the 3 worlds, who appear in the highest paradises and sacred places in the cremation ground, and who through creative play and the 100-fold experiences of bliss and emptiness support practitioners in their meditation on the excellent path. To you we offer prayers with fervent devotion. The Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessings, that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. To the ocean of protectors endowed with eyes of transcendent wisdom, the powerful guardians and upholders of the teaching, who wear inseparably on their matted locks the knot symbolizing their pledge, the Vajra holder. To you we offer prayers with fervent devotion. The Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessings, so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. Thus to this congregation of excellent, undeceiving refuge, we pray that by the power of this prayer, expressed from a heart filled with fervent devotion and humility, may the body, speech, and mind of the soul of the land of snows, supreme Naon Losang Tenzin Gyatso, be indestructible, unfluctuating, and unceasing. May he live for 100 eons, seated on a diamond throne, transcending decay and destruction. You are the jewel heart embodying all compassionate, beneficial deed. O most courageous one, you carry on your shoulders the burden of all the Buddhas in the infinite realm. May all your noble aspirations be fulfilled as intended. By virtue of this, may the heavenly doors of the fortunate era open eternally as a source of relief and respite for all being. And may the auspicious signs reach the apex of existence and relief as the sacred teachings flourish through all times and in all realms. May the nectar stream of the blessings of Lotus Holder always enter our hearts and nourish them with strength. May we please you with offerings of dedicated practice. May we reach beyond the shores of perfect, compassionate deed. And the blessing of the wondrous Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, by the infallible truth of the laws of dependent origination, by the purity of our fervent aspirations, may the aims of my prayer be fulfilled without hindrance. Jonjo Samjo Rinpoche Maki Panam Kekirachi Kyaba Nyamba Miba Yang Gone Gondu Belwara Sho. Thank you very much. Now I think we have the light offering downstairs. Yeah.
Thank you everyone, and thank you Venerable Kabirji for leading the session today on this great occasion, 600th anniversary of Lama Tsongkhapa's Parinirvana. So on behalf of Tibet House, we would like to present a small souvenir to Venerable Kabirji. Thank you, and please join us at the lawn. We will have a light offering, and I request Venerable Kabirji to lead the light offering. Thank you. Good night.